A software developer should know how to use the tools like IDE effectively so that they can be more productive. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can use IntelliJ IDEA to code faster. Let's get started. Let us start with a simple tip of how to write public static void main. Maybe most of you already know it. We can use live template called main, which you can type main and then press tab, which will expand to public static void main. You can also use PSVM, which stands for public static void main. So either of these works fine. So you don't have to type all public static void main. Either you can use main or PSVM and then press tab, which will expand to public static void main method. The main and PSVM, the features that we have just used are nothing but live templates. If you go to settings, editor and live templates, you can see there are a bunch of group of live templates, and then if you go to Java and expand it, you can see various available live templates. And here we can see we have just used main, which is expanding to public static void main, and also we can see the same PSVM. So these are a couple of things that we have just seen. Similarly, there are many other available live templates which you can use for typing code quickly. Let us try out a couple of features here. So let's say we have a simple string variable called name, and if I want to check whether name is equals to null or not equals to null, what I can do, I can type all the if name equals to null, so on, so and all that. Otherwise, I can use this if null. If I want to check for if name equals to null, I can type just ifn and then press tab. It will expand to if name equals to null. So this variable is nothing but whatever is most recently declared variable, and you can change it to any other variable if you want to change. Also, if I want to check for not null, I can type inn. This is for not null check. So here, if name is not equals to null. So this is how you can use various live templates, and then you can type the code very quickly. Instead of typing if name not equals to null and everything by ourselves, we can just leverage these live templates. Also, let us see if we have a collection like list of strings. Let's assume, okay, we have some list. So here, if I want to iterate over the list, I can type for each and then iterate over it and then do whatever the logic I want to do. But here, if I type iter, again, it is going to iterate over the collection and then using for each loop. I don't have to type all these things. And similarly, if you have a array, let's take a simple array of numbers. Okay, if I want to iterate over this array, I can type AR for array. So, and then press tab, it will expand to iterating over the array numbers here. So like that, we don't have to type for each loop explicitly. Instead, we can use these live templates and then iterate over the collection very easily. Similar to live templates, we can also use postfix completions to quickly write code with minimal keystrokes. Let us take few examples here. So here we have a list, which is nothing but a list of strings, and if I want to iterate over it, we have already seen how we can type iter and then which will expand to for each loop. So if you want to iterate over a particular collection, you can type that collection variable name dot and you can type iter, which expand to same for each. So this is one approach that you can use postfix completion. Similarly, if you want to if we have let's say we have list and then we are mapping it to, let's say, string.to uppercase, let us make it a, and you want to take it as a collection and you want to store this variable, this expression value into a variable. So instead of putting semicolon and then go back to beginning of the statement and then creating a variable, what you can do, you can type dot var and then press tab, which is going to create a variable and then assign it to the some variable name. So you don't have to put semicolon and go back and then create the variable name. By at the end, if you put dot var, it's going to assign to a variable. Similarly, if you want to print something, let's say I want to print list1 value, instead of writing system.out.println and list1 maybe we also want to see which variable value it is. So most of the times we write something like this. So instead of writing like this, what you can do, we can type list1 dot sout v and then press tab, which is going to automatically expand it to system.out.println and also put the variable name and then its value. So which is very handy. And also you can use similar to how we type inn for checking null, we can also do that with, let's say, list.nn, which is going to again expand to not null. If you are in a method and you are writing some expression like this and then finally you want to return some value, you can type all that, and then instead of again going to the front of the statement and then write return, you can type dot return, which is going to complete the statement and return that expression value like this. Typically in our applications, we do logging by declaring a logger instance and then we use log.info, log.debug, whatever. But here, instead of defining the logger instance manually, we can use IDE feature, something like, so here right now I don't have any logger library in my class path, so it is not showing any auto completion. But if I add a dependency, for example, using SLFRJ API and reload the POM, and here if I try to log even before defining the logger instance, it is going to show this auto completion with SLFRJ logger. If I press enter, it will automatically define that logger and then we can proceed further to log whatever we want to log. Sometimes we may follow along official documentation or a blog post and want to copy paste some code snippets. So let's say if I want to create a class from some code snippet in a blog post, now instead of first creating a class called person and then pasting this code snippet, what I can do, I can copy this code snippet, select the package in which I want to create this class and directly paste it. It's going to create the respective file name and then paste the code snippet. You don't have to first create it and then copy paste it. And also, if we are trying to copy paste multiple classes in the same file, so in this case we have a record, a employee, and then we have another record, address. Let's say if we try to copy this whole snippet into this package, IntelliJ understands that in a file there can be only one public class or record or interface. So here this address record is the final public one, so it named the file as address Java and then it also created record employee. So in the same file we have both address and employee. So this comes very handy if you are following along some blog post and then try to build some application. We have seen how to use live templates that are provided by IntelliJ IDEA out of the box, but we can also create our own live templates. For example, I create JPA entities again and again. So I create a live template that make it easy for me to create some skeleton code and then I can fill whatever the specific details I can. So here, if you take a look at, I have these live templates. If I press tab JPA entity, it's going to, based on the current class name, it is filling up as entity and then some of the common details like defining a primary key ID and then few other details. And I can proceed further. So if I want to create a sequence based primary key, again I have another JPA entity ID sequence and if I press it, it's going to be like customer ID sequence generator, something like this. So like this I can create my own templates, and here I have created a group for myself and then I have created some of the live templates that I commonly use so that I can quickly type the code. So if you want to explore, you can go to my GitHub repository IntelliJ live templates. Here you can see a bunch of live templates that I created for myself, and you can also create this. So how do we create it? We can go to editor, live templates, and then if you want to create a new group, you can create a template group. I have created my group called SivaLabs, in which you can select and then create a live template, and here you can give some abbreviation and some description, and you can put some template text, whatever the expansion of code that you want to appear. So for example, if you take a let's remove this, and to take a quick look, here I have 80 which is for assert that. When I am using assert j, I can use 80 and then press tab, which expands to assert that, and here it will let me to type whatever the assertion I want to type. So similarly, here I have logger. So here again, by using slf for j, I can create this. For example, here usually I don't log in entities, but here I can type logger and then press tab. It is going to expand this logger. So this is a custom live template that I created for myself. But now that IntelliJ already provides that, you don't need this, but this is how you can create live templates. We have seen how we can use live templates to write code faster. We can go one step further by using code templates. So if you go to editor, in addition to live templates, we have file and code templates as well. Here you can see some templates that are usually used behind the scenes while creating new classes and everything. So here we can create our own new templates, and then we can get the options like let's say I want to create a JPA entity directly instead of creating as a class and then using live templates or by writing code by myself. I want to create a direct JPA entity. So let us see how we can do that. So here I have this code template. So here I am checking if there is a package name. These are the keywords, predefined keywords, package name, class name, things like that. So if I am trying to create a JPA entity in a package, this contains that value. If it is not empty, it's going to create a package statement. And then I put here all the imports, and also if there is any file header that you want to include, we can have it. And also I am using this annotation, and also as a table name, by default I am taking the current class name and then just lowercasing it. If we want to change it later, we can change it, but as a default I am taking this. And also the class name, whatever we are giving as a class name, I am putting it here. And similarly I am using this for ID generator and all that. And this is usually how I define a primary key using sequence generator, and also most of my entities will contain created it, updated it columns. And also I use pre-persist or pre-update callbacks to set created it, updated it, and then we have setters and getters. So this is a kind of a boilerplate code, and I want to make a template out of it so that I can directly create a JPA entity. So let us see how we can do that. So let me copy this whole snippet here, and if I go to file and code templates, here I'm going to create a new template, and let me paste the code snippet here, and I'm going to give the name as class underscore name. Okay, so this is nothing but you can see this one. And what is the name of the template? It is a JPA entity, and extension is Java. So now I have created this. Okay, so now I'll create a entity. Here I'm selecting JPA entity, and let's say I want to create a entity called product. So here directly I created a entity with all the sequence generator and created it, updated it, and all the boilerplate code ready. So this is how you can create your own file templates, which can help you code faster. We have just seen some IntelliJ tips that can help you code faster and be more productive. If you want to learn more such tips, subscribe to my channel SivaLabs. Thanks for watching. See you again. Bye bye.